Alan here, coming at you today with a review of Life on the Mississippi. No, not Mark Twain, but Rinker Buck. Now, I read and reviewed his Oregon Trail book with a similar cover last year. Link below to that review. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed this one, where he replicates Mark Twain's voyage down the Mississippi. And also Abraham Lincoln did it too. Back in Cooper had created an impressive record of river voyages on flatboats he had built, including numerous journeys to build awareness for river keeping and conservation groups, and a journey of remembrance between Rockport, Indiana, on the Ohio River, and New Orleans to reenact Abraham Lincoln's first flatbed journey in 1828. Now, Abraham Lincoln, it's figured or imagined or thought that that was the first time Lincoln actually saw slavery on the Ohio River going down there, and he did that trip twice. Now, Buck starts at Pittsburgh on the Ohio River and goes down to where the Ohio and Mississippi meet. And that is in Cairo, Illinois. That's where the two rivers meet. And these are big rivers. I don't know if y'all have seen them or anything. Believe it or not, one time I was taking a Greyhound bus from Baton Rouge back up to Toledo, Ohio, to see my ex. And it took a couple days, but in 24 hours I crossed not only the Ohio River, but the Mississippi too. It's really cool. And I love going into New Orleans. It reminds me of Highway 1 in Florida, where you're just going over water. Really cool. Let me show you a picture of what some of the different flatbed boats look like, if I can find. There were some big ones, like 100 feet long. Now, there's some for passengers, some for merchants. You know, after people started using the river. Now, in his other book called The Oregon Trail, he talks about how the pioneers, you know, crossed the Rockies and everything all the way up to Oregon. And what a lot of people don't know is that the river really opened up the Midwest because it was so much cheaper to transport goods. You could make a killing going from Pittsburgh to New Orleans and then back. So that's what really opened up the American West. I want to make this review pretty short, but I really recommend this book. I could show you a lot more pictures and quote from the book. Here's another picture of where the Ohio meets the Mississippi in Illinois. And they had their boat was called the Patience, and it was a pretty nice boat. It wasn't 100 feet long or anything, but it had an engine because you needed an engine these days to get out of the way of the big barges, or they would confiscate your boat. Another thing I found interesting was that some of the settlers, when they arrived at their destination, there was stops at Natchez, Mississippi, stops at Baton Rouge. Most of the goal was New Orleans. But if you were a settler just trying to move from Pittsburgh or Ohio down south, you could do that. And then when you arrived at your destination, you take apart your flatbed boat and build a shack. That's what people would do. Or they took the boats apart and made sidewalks in New Orleans out of them. But just a great book of history and adventure. I really enjoy Buck's writing. He's very humorous. It wasn't an easy trip, for sure, but they made it in style and made a lot of interesting characters along the way. So I highly recommend it. And I've been trying to get to this book since Nonfiction November last year. I finally made it. But that's my review. Check it out. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Give me over 600. Thanks.